It certainly sets up another battle that likely goes all the way to the Supreme Court. So this executive order signed by President Trump was to pause these federal funds, these federal programs, these loans and financial assistance, was set to go into effect just a little over an hour ago. Well, a D.C. federal judge put a block on that, listening to arguments, and has now set, it's called an administrative stay, and has set this block in place until Monday, when further arguments can be heard. There will be, these will be constitutional arguments on this executive order, on whether Trump, as head of the executive branch, has this kind of power. So Trump officials would say that they want to go over these plans. They want to go over this federal spending to make sure it's in line with the Trump agenda, to make sure that they're good stewards of the taxpayers' money. Well, Democrats and advocacy groups, as you pointed out, call it unconstitutional, illegal, capricious, saying that that President Trump has no right to hold up money that's been already allocated by Congress. It is already money that is being spent. And even temporary disruptions can cause a lot of harm to these groups that, and they argue, that depend on this money. Meals on Wheels, even some of the Medicaid portals across states today were down. That's health care for the elderly and for the poor. So this executive order was pretty vague, and so it set off confusion across Washington, D.C., set off confusion in the stores, it set off in the courts, it set off kind of confusion across the country today. So there's going to be a legal battle surrounding this. They'll make these arguments beginning on Monday. Now, Trump kind of believes in this. He kind of believes in this impoundment theory, where Congress, in Article 1, allocates the money, and in Article 2, it's the executive branch that fulfills, the executive branch of executing the laws. And he believes that he can come through and decide that this money shouldn't be spent on this. So this is going to be another protracted battle going all the way to the Supreme Court. We already had the battle on birthright citizenship, the firings at DOJ, the attorneys general's firing. This is something that the Trump administration has said it's going to do, which is shake up Washington, and this is how they want to do it. And they're trying to get a little bit more power in the executive branch, and certainly in the Office of Management Budget, which kind of oversees this money. So this is going to be a very pitched battle, a very constitutional battle, and a very important battle to watch, because this does affect literally millions and millions of Americans. And as you correctly said, it's trillions of dollars.